What's up, Libra? Welcome back. If you're tuning in for the first time, welcome. Let's see. We're going to do whatever comes out for the sign of Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. See what Oracle's Spirit has for you at this point in time. All right, that was easy. Okay. You had Other Side, Trickster, and the Boogeyman. I think this is fitting for the month of October, don't you? With the Other Side, some of you, and very, very little of you, some of you might be experiencing paranormal activity, whether this is part of a spiritual gift of yours, or whether this is just something of a phenomenon that you're experiencing at this point in time. Like, you might be thinking that you're seeing people, you might be thinking that you're hearing things. So a lot of things, a lot of that could be occurring right now at this point in time. With Trickster and the Boogeyman. Honestly, you're going to see another side of another person, like of someone that's close to you. See, because like, okay, right here, right? I don't know if any of you have ever seen Poltergeist, but like this lady right here, she's here to cleanse the whole house. And then there's a little brother, that's the little girl who's being, who's channeling the energy. And then that's the mom. So some of you might have relatives that are trying to communicate with you from the other side. So for, again, select few of you that could be happening to. So you might be getting a lot of signs and synchronicities, like maybe you're getting scents, or you're seeing certain insects or animals, or just something that's reminiscent to a person from that has passed. You are going to, some of you are going to experience the loss of a friend. They're not dying, but they might as well be dead to you after this. You're going to find that you have been put in a situation in which your friend isn't who they say they are. There's somebody that is wearing a mask. This could be a family member again. I mean, Jason, Michael Myers and Lori, right? So it's like brother and sister. And then here, right? So family. So some of you could be experiencing some turmoil at home. Finding that maybe, like, some of you feel like a clown, right? Like, let's be real. Some of you feel like a clown because you're like, man, like, some of you might be on this journey of wanting to do something outside of the norm, right? And so you're kind of seeing how the other side lives. So again, like, maybe you grew up in a very moderate household, right? But then you're like, well, I want to experience, like, the better things in life. I want to be that person. So some of you could just be really like motivated, ambitious, people not understanding your vision. And so a lot of people closest to you could be showing their fate, like their true colors to you is what I'm seeing here. And so a lot of you feel betrayed by that. You could have friends as well that don't understand you. And so you're just kind of like, I'm going to move forward. This isn't for me, right? You guys are no longer for me. Like, so I see you guys experiencing a lot of resistance from the people around you for the decision that you're choosing to make. Some of you could just be deciding to get into a relationship that people don't want you to be in. Others of you are like, I'm quitting my job, and they're like, what? Like, why would you do that? It's such a good job. So again, I see that you're trying to find something that's meant for you at this point in time, and you're gonna have a lot of people around you that don't understand it, and so therefore you feel misunderstood. And at the end of the day, those people will be revealed to you, and what you decide to do with how people react to you is up to you, right? So that's the first message we get. What other messages? Whatever comes out for Libra, for the sign of Libra. What messages do we have for the sign of Libra spirit? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. You might be experiencing some kind of blockage, because my card's just, like resistance. Maybe not blockage, just resistance. So if you're resisting something, stop it. If people are resisting you, keep moving forward. All right. What do we got for the sign of Libra? whatever comes out. Okay. Okay. All right, cool. So you have the Four of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Ace of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Ace of Wands. This is nothing but Pentacles, so this is clearly a money message for somebody, or for most of you, if not all of you. I see you guys really saving, and your savings looks really good right now. Like you guys got money right now. Some of you could be in your head about what to do with that money, because you might be at a crossroads. You know, some of you might want to continue to save. Some of you might want to continue to invest. Others of you may want to, maybe you're in a relationship and so you're kind of torn because like there's something you want versus like the idea that you kind of want to give to the person that you're with as well. I mean, Libra is very fair, right? And so you guys tend to be balanced, but I don't know, like here, there's a little bit of an imbalance, right? One hand is higher than the other. But again, some of you are single. Some of you are really enjoying being single after a situation that involved a third party. But when it comes down to your money, some of you have found a new passion for something, and that's what's going to create this whole domino effect for you when it comes to your finances. It's like some of you start off, right? You're like saving, you're penny pinching, you're like, I can't go out, I can't do anything. And then all of a sudden it was like you got blessed with either a windfall of money or you got blessed with a better job. Like I'm not going to say that it happened overnight, but it's one of those situations where you could have been looking for something for so long that when it finally happened, it changed your life overnight. You know, I've experienced that. And so I feel like that's what that is. Be careful who's around you. Like you see how this man, like he's got pentacles up here, but then you got this man right here, like watching him. Some of you do have people that are like, how did they make that money? Like so you have people that are kind of counting your pennies for you. And so that's where this Three of Swords kind of comes in, because you're going to find out that somebody that's really close to you is only using you for your resources. And some of you already know this. And I say that because of the Ace of Wands. Some of you already know this. And so you might want to, or maybe you've been trying to contemplate how to address this, or at least get rid of this person. Again, a lot of you have been enjoying being single, and because you've been enjoying being single, it's illuminated this Ace of Wands, right? And then that's what's gotten you this Ten of Pentacles. You do have somebody, for those of you that are looking for love, I don't see this being a long-term thing, but what you don't see is you do see a King of Wands. Now, this could be a new business partner that enjoys it, whatever it is that you guys do just as much as you do. For others of you, this is like kind of like a passionate fling that comes in, and then it very much disappears. And I say that because the Five of Pentacles follows it. So those of you that know that the next person that you're dealing with, or current person that you're dealing with, is not emotionally invested, in order to avoid the Five of Pentacles moment, do your best to detach from any ideas or expectations that you have of this person, because that only hurts you in the end, right? It's hard to not have expectation when it comes to people, but at the end of the day, you should practice the art of detachment, because that's what kind of keeps you grounded. And it keeps you from those moments where you cause delays for yourself, right? Because think about it, like when you're hurt, you're like, I don't want to do anything, you just want to sulk and cry and dwell in the situation. And that doesn't help your money, that doesn't help your situation. So do your best to discern who's going to be worth your time for the long haul and who's just going to be worth your time for the time being, right? So we're here for a good time, not a long time type of thing. You know those people, so keep an eye out for that. Let's see. What other messages do you have for the sign of Libra? What messages do you have for the sign of Libra, Spirit? All right, this is definitely a love message for those of you inquiring. All right, let's go. All right, got the Lovers, Seven of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Strength, King of Cups, Hanged Man, and the Two of Pentacles again. And then at the bottom, you have the King of Pentacles. And then you have the Three of Swords again. Some of you are genuinely going through a heartbreak situation. Like, that's just what I'm picking up, right? That's already 2 decks that have confirmed that Three of Swords. So those of you that are going through a situation, and I do kind of see that here too. Some of you might have dealt with a lover that genuinely betrayed you. Whether they cheated on you, they lied to you, they were deceitful in some kind of way. You did found out about it. Some of you are losing sleep over this. But you're being encouraged to find your inner strength, to like hold back, right? So those of you that are still reaching out to this person, do your best. Again, this is about practicing the art of detachment, right? Do your best to try and steer clear of this person. Obviously, they weren't good for you. They weren't good to you. So why you would continue to try to manifest a person that is only going to continue to break your heart, it does not make sense. But again, when we're heartbroken, we tend to be more involved in our emotions versus like common sense, right? Or just the logic behind it. But you are an air sign. So even though you might be in an emotional state, like, you are an air sign. You're very logical. You can cut people off. Like, Libras tend to have that kind of residual energy. I find that when someone loses you, they might be the ones that reach out. They might be the ones that want to come back. But then you guys are like, as well, you guys are very emotional, some of you, to the point where, you know, you find yourself reaching out. But for those of you that are like just strictly like, I'm going to cut you off, I'm going to move forward, you do tend to have suitors that come back. But then again, I think that's just because people don't like to be rejected, right? And people need to heal from their abandonment issues. Am I right? Anyways, moving forward, if you are able to hold back and heal from the situation, you do have a King of Cups that's going to come in, okay? King of Cups is filled with love, filled with emotional maturity, emotional stability. And this is after a point in time when you have to see love for what it is. Because this might be someone that you've never dealt with, right? Like, maybe you've never dealt with an emotionally mature person, or an emotionally stable person. And so that's completely brand new for you. And so then it puts you in your head because you're like, well, am I on their level? Like, why do they like me? So that's the thing. It's like when we meet people that are healed in certain levels of their life, like certain areas, it makes us question those areas within ourselves, and they should, right? Because again, we're all trying to get to a higher vibration, and the only way to do that is to really be honest with oneself and to really see things for what they are, and that includes looking in the mirror and seeing who you are. Also, you're not only gonna have a King of Cups, but you're gonna have a King of Pentacles, right? Someone that is financially stable, someone that's really good with money, someone that's grounded, someone that, in a lot of ways, when I see a King of Pentacles, because it is an earth sign, you have an earth sign coming, right? Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, and then the King of Cups, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. So those are possible signs to look out for. But again, you have 2 suitors, right? So whoever it is that you're no longer with, be grateful. And if you're not by now, you will be by the time you meet these 2 energies. Some of you, I see it like 50-50. Some of you are going to meet a King of Cups, and the others of you are going to meet a King of Pentacles. I think that just depends like where you are in your life, right? So if you're a very business oriented person, I do see you meeting someone at the workplace, in the sense of like, maybe you do business with this person, maybe it's a business partner, and you guys happen to just like fall for each other. Others of you, King of Cups, emotion, right? Maybe you guys are online dating. Maybe you guys are just out there dating and you meet somebody. Like, water signs tend to just kind of be everywhere and have a good time, and their energy's pretty fluid, right? Because they just go with the flow. And so that's how you meet the King of Cups, right? You were just out and about and you just happen to have a good time. So for those of you that are looking for love, It is coming, but it comes after a period of you healing and focusing on yourself. For others of you, you need to get to that point. And I say need because you know what? It is necessary. I'm sorry. Like, it really is necessary. We continue to meet people that are hurt, and what do those hurt people do? Hurt people, right? So the more that we can become enlightened, the more that we can push forward in positive movement and light and love, the less people there are to hurt others out there, right? So yeah, you do need to heal. And especially if you want to be happy in life, right? Who doesn't want to be happy? Like, there's no need to constantly feel like life is against you. It's not. Sometimes it's you against you, you know, and it just feels like the whole world's against you because you haven't healed that aspect of yourself. Like, I heard it the other day, professional victim, right? We all know somebody that everything's happening to them all the time. And you're like, how could this be? Like, life is not that. Life doesn't pick on one person. So it's the decisions that you're making. So really be cognizant and open-minded to those situations. All right, what else do we have? What else does Libra need to know, Spirit? Knight of Candles, so Knight of Wands, the Fool, the Eight of Claws, Eight of Swords, the Three of Castles, the Five of Castles. Those are coins, by the way. Castles are coins. Knight of Crips. This is a Knight of Cups. The Seven of Castles, Seven of Coins, and then you have the Queen of Claws, Queen of Swords. Last message I'm picking up for you, Libra, is you possibly do have a new beginning with a Knight of Wands, and I did pick up on that energy when I first used the Poe deck over here. Some of you are experiencing a new beginning with someone, and it's putting you in your head because you've never probably experienced this much like passion or this much like there's just something about this person that I feel that you just have never experienced with anyone else. And so I see you really being in your head. If it's not a person, I see you in a new endeavor. This is still uncharted waters, right? So this is something that's completely brand new to you. With the Three of Coins to the Five of Coins to the Knight of Crips, I just see you in a situation where you do want to collaborate. There is that is something that's on your mind, but with the Five of Coins, like, you feel left out a little bit. So there needs to be a little bit more of an emotional balance for you, which is kind of ironic because, again, you rule the scales in the zodiac. So what I'm really seeing here is you might have a Knight of Cups that comes in slowly but surely that kind of helps you. So you might be collaborating with the Knight of Cups. But be careful. I see some of you turning business into pleasure, and then that's probably why you're feeling the Five of Coins, right? You're feeling a little left out because you're like, we probably shouldn't have done that. With the Seven of Castles over here, Seven of Coins, you are definitely reflecting back to a situation. You're reflecting back to a situation in which you might have involved yourself with a Knight of Cups, right? And so then you're feeling left out. Now I'm reading it backwards, sorry. I like to read them forward. I like to read them backwards because the story might not be just one-sided, right? So some of you are looking back on a situation that you had with the Knight of Cups that left you feeling left out, which put you in your head because, you know, you were like, we collaborated so well, we did so well. Especially with the Queen of Claws here at the bottom, you had to cut somebody out. You just had to. And maybe there was a third-party situation, which is why you had to. Puts you in your head, but that feeling that you get, you moving forward, like, it's the Fool. You get a new beginning. With a passionate new beginning with either someone that's in the same business as you or someone romantic. So you go from you're going from a night to a night, but I mean, again, use your discernment on who's here for a good time, not a long time. And I think that you will be fine. These are the messages that I have for you, Libra. Yeah, so look at the bottom, you have the Ten of Crips, Ten of Cups. So love might be on its way. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. And if any of this resonated, please feel free to come back.